Hey guys, what's up? It's Tina. So please excuse my appearance. I have been cleaning all day long. I'm sure plenty of you are in the same boat, just keeping a clean house while we're, locked down on quarantine. But I am doing a spiritual floor wash, okay? Like a cleansing floor wash, but also it's intended to push negative energy out and to bring good positive energy in. Before we get started, I'll just tell you a little bit about floor washes. So in magic, in a lot of cultures, a lot of different types of magic, floor washes are super important, right? Because we believe like negative energy can kind of attach itself to your home, and you want to be able to clean that out. And then when you're getting rid of that, you want to be able to replace it with something that's positive, right? So floor washes and floor cleansing period are very important. The front door, I'll talk about the front door in another video, or maybe I'll do it in this video. Yeah, I'll probably just do it in this video too. I'll talk about the front door in a second. But anyway, so what I'm doing, let me show you what I have here. Let me just get my camera angle down. Okay, I think you guys can see that. Perfect. So I have a pot of water. Okay, now talking about the water, and girl, look, my nails. You have never seen me with nails like this. That is so first world problems. But yes, I'm sorry about my nails, guys. It's gonna be that way. So here's the thing. With water, if you can get your hands on water that is from a stream, something living, okay, so the ocean or a stream or a river, if you live like on that area and you don't have to like break the law to get that water, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, that's gonna really give your living water, gives your spell a lot more power. If you can't, you can buy spring water at the grocery store, and a lot of grocery stores here in Florida anyway. I don't know about everywhere, but in Florida, yes, we have a lot of springs here, natural springs, and they bottle the water and sell it. So you can buy that, or if you can't, I'm going to show you the solution. Just use water from your tap, whatever you have, and add sea salt to it. Has to be sea salt though, guys, okay? So we're just going to put, I don't know, I'm doing a big batch of this because I'm going to put this as part of a kit, the home protection kit that I'm selling in my shop, but I'd probably say like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sea salt for a little over a gallon of water, okay? So sea salt's the first thing. Now, let's talk about the herbs. Again, I'm making a huge batch of this because it's going in my shop, and I'm gonna have some for my own personal use, but I've got several herbs here. Peppermint, okay, very clearing, very cleansing, and it brings in good luck with money. Okay, so peppermint's it's an abundant herb. You know, it grows in abundance in the wild, and that's what I'm using that for. Okay, calendula. These are marigold flowers that are dried. This is a healing herb. All right, so it brings in magically. We use this for several things. Money is one, and I'm not just doing this for money. This is really to keep my home protected and to clear away any negative energy, because there's been a lot of anxiety in the world these days, and the last couple of weeks for sure. And I want to make sure that the energy when you walk into my home, I want it to feel happy and fresh and good, just healthy. So that's what I'm trying to do. So calendula is very, very healing, so that's why I'm adding that to this. Next, I have hyssop. Hyssop is, if you have one herb on hand for magic that's not your typical cooking herb, I would say hyssop is it. You can make tea out of hyssop and drink it. I have done that before because I buy it in giant bags, but hyssop is an old herb. It's referenced in the Bible. Like it's a very old herb, but it is literally, in biblical times they used it for cleansing. There's a psalm in the Bible about hyssop, okay? So that's what I'm adding that for. Next is lemongrass. That's another herb, guys, that it's not typical to have it just normally in your kitchen, in the pantry, but it's one that I use a lot. This is like the main component in a lot of Van oils, which, or Van whatever, washes. You'll see all kinds of Van stuff, but Van is the very famous traditional like hoodoo oil, and Van is literally for removing negative energy and bringing in positive energy, okay? Next, I have cinnamon here. This is for protection and prosperity. All right, so I've got 5 cinnamon sticks. You'll notice that I work always in lucky numbers too. So 5, 7, 9, 11, 3, it's just a little extra component that I add to everything that I do that makes it work, all right? Just gives it more power. And then the last thing here is pine cones. Pine cones are super protective. I mean, they're spiky, right? So that you got to look at the plant like this. If I had like rose thorns, I would throw that in there. Even like if you have like little, you know, the little burrs that stick to you when you walk around, like that kind of thing, anything like that that is a plant that is protecting itself. If you're doing a protective wash, you want to add that in there. So thorns, all kinds of crazy stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it is, okay? Even like the husk of a coconut, you could throw that in there too, because that's protecting the coconut, right? Anyway, so that's what I'm putting in mine today. And I'm gonna go ahead and I've got the salt in there. I'm just gonna throw all of this in, and I'm gonna let this boil down. I want it to concentrate pretty good. Not necessarily by half, but maybe by like a third. I want it to boil down, and I'm just gonna let it steep on the stove. Or probably, I got some client work to do, so I'll probably maybe like 45 minutes or so, and then I'll be back to show you guys the next steps for this. I forgot to tell you guys. So if you do not have access to these herbs like I do, okay, because I have a shop, so that's why I have these herbs on hand. I wouldn't normally have this stuff in my house if I didn't practice magic, okay? Almost forgot. You can make your own wash. I would use, if I were you, basil, cinnamon, cloves, and sage. That's going to be 4 of the top herbs I can think of that are going to give you that cleansing and clearing energy that you're looking for, okay? Now, if you have extra herbs, that's fine, throw them in there. There's so many herbs that can be used for this. It's really an endless possibility, or the possibilities are endless. I mean, all you have to do is just Google magical properties of basil, magical properties of cloves, you know, look in your cabinet and see what you have on hand instead of like buying new stuff, right? And once you have like, you know, you have like 5 herbs going, or 3, even 3 would be fine, then you know, put it together and do the exact same method. Just boil it down in water with sea salt in it, okay, or spring water or something, and go from there. Okay, I'll be back when this is done. Okay, now that my house is all mopped, I have it's already feeling, I can't even describe to you like how much better the house feels right now. It's just because I'm always working with, you know, spirits and energy and things like that, so I sometimes can accumulate some, you know, different types of energy that give me anxiety and stuff. So I feel like literally a million times better right now. I bottled up the extra floor wash, so I have that here getting ready to go in these packages I'm about to put together and post. I also lit some candles. I just have, this is like one I had hanging out, something just uplifting. It's mango mai tai. It doesn't really have a magical correlation to me, but this one, the pineapple, it does. And pineapples are, there's a history of pineapples, especially in like Caribbean magic and things like that, representing gold and money, and the color yellow is representative of gold. So I've got that one going. I am going to throw some of my oils in there. Just this one's Give Me Your Money. I keep a few just like hanging out up here because I always do the prosperity service in this area, but I'm going to put some oils in there. And ooh, you know what would go good? Yeah, let's do that one. Life of Luxury. And that's the thing, guys, when you get these, you can just add drops to a regular candle, so it's not so obvious, you know what I mean? You don't have to get like spell candles and figure candles and stuff like that going. The other thing that I'm doing is I am going to open up Rosie. She is my Rose of Jericho plant, and I open her up every new moon for 2 weeks, and then I let her close for 2 weeks and go back and forth. So this is her closed up right now. I'm going to get her pretty yellow bowl out and put her in some clean, cold spring water, bottled water. And actually, when I do her, I throw just a couple of drops of Florida water in there because it's alcohol, so it helps to kill off any germs or, you know, mold or mildew or anything like that. I feel like anyway. And then I also put a few drops of holy water in there. I have this one, and essentially what that does is it makes the water in the bowl. If you put holy water into regular water, it makes that holy water too, from what I've read. So anyway, I just do that, and it's my little ritual thing, and I'll give her offerings and candles and stuff like that as well. All right, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things next. I'm going to show you how to use Indigo Water, which is another spiritual cleansing agent, and I'm also going to show you guys how to use Cascarilla. And I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. Obviously, I've showered and changed and taken my nails off. I'm gonna do an attempt to do my own a little bit later today because I have to do the horoscopes on Wednesday and Thursday, starting Wednesday and Thursday, and I hate to go on camera with like janky nails. So people are like, this is not like the stupidest thing to talk about right now, but it's true. Like you can't get your nails done right now. So, well, you can, but probably shouldn't. So, okay. So the other thing I was gonna show you guys here is, let's see. Turn you down over here. So when I'm making products for the shop, so I've got like a batch of Indigo Water here, and I've got the floor wash that I just did. I like to actually kind of put those, you know, in my sacred space and give offerings as well to Spirit as I'm making them. And I do this, you guys have seen me do it like full moon rituals with the oils and things like that. I do all of that, but I also feel like it's important to, because you're asking your Spirit to bless this so it works, right? We want to put the power, that intention that we have put into it, we want it to work. So I'm asking Spirit, please help me, you know, make sure that these work the way they're supposed to for everybody who gets them. But in exchange, you know, I like to return something. So one of the things you can do for your spirits, I mean, if you want, is incense. And I'm an incense-aholic, like totally. I can't stop using it. I love, love, love it. So I have like here a little burner. This is a piece of charcoal. This is not grilled charcoal. There's a special charcoal specifically for incense. If you're looking for it, just Google like incense charcoal and you'll find it. Or hookah charcoal is good too. So what you do is you just light this, and I'm just holding it over the flame from the fire. All right. So just get it lit, and then it'll get really hot. And what you want to do is, of course, don't hold it while it's getting super hot. But I have here, I use different ones. I use frankincense, myrrh, copal. I love copal. Like white copal and gold copal are really nice incenses to have. But they're also, it's for, you know, they're not just for offering, they're for purification and a blessing of your home too. So right now I'm just using frankincense. I have a lot of it, so I'm gonna use that. I don't want to take out of the shop stuff. And you just stick a few like granules of it. It looks like this, like little pebbles. It's resin, and you just put some granules on that hot charcoal, and what'll happen is it'll melt, and it'll start to burn, like not burn, well I guess burn, yeah. So anyway, it'll melt, and when it melts, it's like a smoke that comes out, and it's incense smoke. And then, you know, again, keeping all the products that I'm working on here, I've got, look at this, guys. I made protection soap, like, you can see it back there. So obviously I'm working on stuff right now, but yeah, so asking Spirit to please bless, you know, all of these things that I'm making for my clients, my customers, and that is what I'm doing. So anyway, I'll be back in a minute with some Indigo Water instructions. All right, so here is my Indigo Water. I don't sell this bottle in the shop, but I got it just from Amazon, and I put a little evil eye charm on it, like the smaller bottles that I do sell in the shop, but it's the same exact formula. So it is said that your door is a gateway, it's like a portal, right? And while you're out and about and talking to people and shopping and doing whatever, energies from everybody that you meet can attach themselves to you. So like I'm trying to think how to word this. It's said that those things can come through your door. So in order to protect your doors and your sacred spaces from that, you want to use Indigo Water. So one of the things you can do is literally just, I'm gonna grab a towel. You guys can tell I'm such a professional YouTuber, let me tell you. Is just literally spray it. And since I live in like a condo, and that out there is a hallway, it's not an external, like it's not the outside, you know, it's still inside in the hallway. I do mine like this. And you basically, you know, you just clean the door with it. The good thing about it is it's a cleanser, it's a cleaner, right? So it works for that purpose. But I get the entire door just like this, and then I'm going to do the other side as well, and I just clean the whole door with Indigo Water, and that protects you from energies that have attached themselves to you while you're out and about from coming into the house, right? You don't want that. The other thing you can do is, I'll take you guys outside so you can see. Just grab this. So if you live in a place where you can go outside, or you have a yard or a front porch, you can just literally like spray the like doormat, or just dump it, you know, like in your porch, and then mop the porch. That would be a good way too. But again, protecting the, you know, the portals of your home from negative energy. I wouldn't use this on glass. That's not like a glass cleaner. It'll probably leave streaks, but I've never tried it. But all right. So sorry guys. Let me fix the angle here. Okay. So that is indigo water, and the other thing I was going to tell you guys about indigo water is for when you're doing magic at home. So if you're working on like whatever you're doing, right? If you're doing, I do a lot of client work, you know, and sometimes I do dark work, you know, it's just, it is what it is. Sometimes I need to do separation spells or, you know, things like that. It's super important to cleanse that space. So you take your indigo water and use it as like a counter cleanser. Okay, so spray it on the table, spray it on the counter, wherever you were working, and clean the heck out of it. And that will release or move away anything from the spell that you were doing, right? I mean, I'll get into how I do dark work and who I channel to do dark work, because it's not, I don't channel like demons or external deities or entities. I use my own personal spirits and yours when I'm working with you, and ask them for help with something if we need to do something that's not considered like super, you know, like, I don't know, like white magic or whatever. I don't use those terms, so I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it would be different if we're doing like a protection spell versus a separation spell, right? But I'm still asking your spirits and my spirits, and you know, both of our people, our spirits over there, to jump in and help. So I'm not like bringing in evil, I don't know, evil demons into my house, you know, not intentionally. Anyway, so I don't, you know, I'm not too worried about it, but you know, just in case anything comes in that I'm not cool with, you know, it goes away. The other thing that I do with indigo water is like my bedroom door, our bedrooms are off limits for spirits, and I ask them, please, you know, don't come in here. Do both of the bedroom doors for me and my daughter. Okay, so that creates a gateway, but I'm going to show you right now with the cascadilla how you really can keep them out. 1 second. Okay, welcome to my hallway. This is funny because this is actually where I keep the oils and some of the 7-day candles. You can see I have tons of them, like boxes and boxes of them here. But I've asked the spirits, even like my good spirits, like everybody stay out of my bedroom and Emmy's bedroom, because what was happening was they were keeping me up at night. You know, I can feel their presence there. I know they're in the room. It was a little bit too invasive for me, so I said, I looked for a way, you know, to figure out how to ask them to just stay out of those are the only 2 places they're not allowed to go in the whole house. But what you do is you take your cascadilla, and this is what it looks like. It's literally just eggshells, really finely ground eggshells, and holy water. That's it. Super protective. You can do this on your front and back doors. You can do this on your windowsills as well. But what I do is you just come over here, and because it's like white, you can't see it, but across. Okay, that's it. You can go, some people do around the door frame. You can also crumble this up into powder and leave it like, if you have like a carpet, you could sprinkle it on your carpet. You can put it on yourself, like honestly, like truly, see? But like some people put it here to protect the third eye. I'm serious. But yeah, no, this is amazing stuff, and it's super, I don't know, it's super useful. There's a million different uses for it. The other thing I've done before too, you can crumble it into powder, and you can put it in your bath, like if you're taking a spiritual bath, you know, to protect yourself as well. So I always recommend having some of this on hand. I keep it by the case because like I go through a lot of it. But if you want to keep spirits out of your room, very simple, very effective way to do that is just take the bedroom door. Sorry, we're in my daughter's room now. Bedroom door and big cross on it, and then you ask them, spirits, please, you know, please stay out of my bedroom. Not that we're being rude, but you know, we need a little privacy, right? Okay guys, let me go clean my face and I'll be back. All right guys, the very last thing I'm going to talk about is Palo Santo, and this is one of the things that I do all the time as well, almost every day, is I burn Palo Santo for cleansing the air. Okay, some people, I've talked about this and there's like a controversy about it, but some people use sage. I don't, because sage to me, and what it is intended to do, if you look it up, like the origins of sage in like the Native American culture, it is intended to rid all spirits away, like all spirits. Well, I can't do that because I need them, right? I need them here to help, to work with me, and I love having them in my home. You know, they're welcome here. They live here, you know, so I don't want them to feel unwelcome, or for them to not be able to, you know, like for me not to be able to channel them through tarot readings or spell work because I've saged my house. Am I completely opposed to sage? Absolutely not. I use it in some of the oils that I make. I eat it, like, you know, there's things that I do with sage, and there's times that sage should be used. But for me, if you don't want any spirits in your house, if you're not a reader, or if you know, if you would rather them not be in your home, totally fine. Sage the hell out of it. Okay, just sage your house. But for me, Palo Santo is what I use because it does not scare away my good spirits. I just had to say that because it's a thing. It really is. Look it up if you don't believe me. But I'm just careful with that. You know what I mean? Okay guys, well, the last thing I'm going to do today is make some more elderberry syrup. I have been making this for friends and family like crazy. It caught on very quickly. I'm not going to post the recipe here, but I am going to post it on my other channel. So if you're interested in seeing how I make elderberry syrup, I mean, I'll have the recipe there. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you all are safe and well and happy and fed and all of these things. And just remember to be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.